Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nate and Curtis podcast, where Nate and I talk about things for about an hour. And tonight it is Sausage Fest 2025. I'm literally going to put in the air horn noises. We have our first official guest, writer, actor, dreamweaver, Paul Meyd. Paul Meyd, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. You know, the first thing, honestly, for the second, when you got to Dreamweaver, I was like, wait, who did we get? Oh, that's right, it's me. Oh, okay. Because that guy sounded really cool for a second.
Okay, hey, it works out. So as you all know who are listening or watching right now, this is really just a conversation that Nate and I have. We would have regardless every week, whether you were here or not. So, Paul, welcome to our chat.
Appreciate it.
Lucy's here.
For those of you who are listening and not watching, Lucy the dog that legally doesn't live with Nate is hanging out on Nate's lap right now.
Let's not talk about that.
I'll bleep it out.
I'll be getting a yeah. My apartment manager's a fan. We're screwed.
That'd be the worst. So we were just talking about before the show started the fact that Engelbert Humperdinck's real name was Arnold Dorsey.
Apparently,
and yeah,
I have not fact checked this at all. I just heard a comedian talk about it in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. I don't know why that even stuck in my brain. Would you like to get down? Okay, there you go.
Arnold George Dorsey, a British pop singer and pianist who rose to international fame in the 1960s and 70s. He had the 1967 chart-topping hit, Release Me, and The Last Waltz. So yeah. But he was British, so he wasn't even from Sheboygan like we thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's from England.
Yeah, the Sheboygan of England.
Oh my God, no, he was from Chennai, India.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, this took a left.
Is that? How did you go from England to India?
He was a British pop singer, but he was born in India and then emigrated to Britain.
Oh, all right. Cool. That's neat. I didn't know that.
I didn't either. We come to the show.
They referenced the name.
Education.
All I had was the name.
Yeah.
I didn't. I mean, tell me anything about Engelbert Humperdinck.
What the hell were we even talking about that led us there? This is Curtis and Nate's show of tangents, is what it is. It's the Tangent podcast.
Tangents, sines, and cosines.
If you like tangents, two people who clearly have ADD.
I can't argue that. At all.
Autism and ADD.
Paul,
Tangent Spectrum channel.
We really brought you on.
It'd be
the
Spectrum
show.
Tangent. Sorry.
Spectrum Tangent?
Yeah, I think Tangent Spectrum or Spectrum Tangent. What do you think?
I think Tangent Spectrum.
All right.
Yeah.
For what?
For going off on tangents.
For the name of our podcast.
That's what I thought you were saying.
Yeah.
The name of your podcast. Mm-hmm. Of your production company.
Yeah. I've already bought the URL though.
For which? For Tangent Spectrum?
No, for Nate and Curtis podcast. Because I kept it simple.
All right.
It was also available.
I find that hard to believe, actually.
Yeah, it turns out not a lot of Nate's and Curtis's are doing podcasts together.
Which one of us was the wild card there?
Hard to say. I don't know.
Don't do another Google search, please.
I am not going to. Rule 34 is just going to take me to a bad place. Oh, speaking of tangents. Okay.
Oh, shit.
So in my multi-phasic career, back in the 2010s, I used to do a lot of public speaking and improv.
Let me say Coke. I thought you were going to say Coke for a second.
Not in the 2010s. But I was doing a seminar for auctioneers to teach them how to use improv to think fast on their feet while they were doing auctions. And the person who was putting together that thing was like, "Hey, we did a Google search on you when we first were checking you out, and we were investigating everything. And the first few pages really great, and then one of our interns went really deep into that Google search, and we found the fanfic." And I was like, "The fanfic?" And he was like, "Yeah, apparently it's called slash fiction." And I was like, "Oh, that's not good." And he said, "Yeah, apparently you and the cat and the Harvey person had some very intimate moments." So yeah.
Oh, in the fan, I'm covered. I'm getting you now.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
So that was a discovery. I didn't know that.
So I imagine that still exists.
I haven't looked.
One where to look.
I don't want it on my history.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look.
Yeah. Paul, it's on you, buddy. Yeah.
Do you remember when they used to poorly stitch your head onto porn and then put that on the internet?
I mean, it didn't
haven't
happen
had
to me.
the honor.
Yeah.
I haven't had the honor.
Oh,
But that is
apparently I'm hung like a mastodon, so it's all right.
Before we get too deep into this, Paul, I want to give you a chance to introduce yourself to the people.
Sure.
And then I'll talk a little bit about how I know you, and then we'll throw Nate in there too. So, Paul, how would you describe yourself?
I would describe myself 6 foot even. Like, you mean like for like a police sketch artist?
No, I mean
for a first date,
like your hyphenates and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an actor and writer. In that order, but pretty close, neck and neck. I previously competitive gamer and video game commentator for a very small spell there. I just like to tell stories, and I like to embody them, and I like to see life being drawn into what is I think the closest thing to spellcasting, which is, somewhere there was a cosmic boom, and then star material formed through clashing of atoms, and now here we are made of the same atoms, and now thoughts and images happen when our hippocampus and amygdala rub together, and then some idiot reads some words that that we wrote, and now we know what each other is thinking. And if someone gives you money, sometimes you can see what that person was thinking.
You just raised the bar on this whole podcast.
I'm one of the idiots. Actually, that was presumptuous. Can I be one of the idiots?
Yeah, I'll take money from any idiot who wants to help us make anything.
Paul and Nate and I all work together. I've had the pleasure of knowing Paul longer because I am friends with his wife, Hannah, who used to do a vaudeville show with me back in the day. And
1800 and what?
Yeah, if only. No, Hannah's much younger than that. We should be kinder to her.
Wife you're talking about, Nate.
But then we did a industry read through for one of Paul's scripts a few months ago for a show that we are still on the hunt for financing and participation on, called I Hate Mondays and and Demons, which is an office comedy about the worst guy in the office who is possessed by a demon, but is so boring that the demon doesn't even want to be there.
Yeah. It's like your most annoying coworker.
Yeah.
And the demon knows that he is just as annoying as you or I believe it to be.
I did a benefit this last weekend, and there were a surprising number of like actual industry people at this event.
Wow.
And so it was, first of all, it's really neat to talk shop because it's not something that I get to do as often when I'm up here in the PNW. But also mentioned some of the things that we're working on and trying to get off the ground. And every time I bring up I Hate Mondays, and Demons, everybody is like, yeah, That's good. That's good.
That's very nice to hear. That's very nice.
And I was one of those people.
You sure were.
Yeah,
yes, you were.
Yeah, you got to be part of the.
No, I'm one of the people that's told Curtis. We've had that conversation, and I was like, "Damn, that was just so good."
I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Yeah. You're part of the only cast that we've had so far. For any reading, we had three readings total. I think we had because I think we had one, then some edits, and then 2 more. Yeah,
and then
nice.
we had to hear those edits, and then we did the one for industry folks.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that was good.
I don't know if you guys are having an issue, but I'm getting frozen screen here and there.
I am not having that problem.
Just like 3-4 times, and I get your internet connection is not stable.
Well, for what it's worth, I'm the one recording it, and you're coming through clean.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. Perfect.
Yep.
I'll stop bitching.
So, Paul, what has been keeping you busy over the last week or so?
The last week or so, I am, without playing all the cards on the table, I'm sort of like, in addition to different performances that we do here and there to keep afloat and to stay sane. I'm piecing together just a 100-page what would be 100 pages page script of like something that could be divvied up into a full-length feature narrative / something that could maybe be seen in the vertical sphere purely as a curiosity, just to see what it looks like on that other side of things. And that's just but very, very, very early preliminarily, very early in that stage. Otherwise, I've just been watching a lot of horror movies and enjoying the season before they all get locked away on November 1st because of this wonderful streaming model that we have.
Yeah.
We've all decided.
For what it's worth, everybody who's watching, listening, we are recording this at the beginning of the beginning of October. And you're probably hearing it in December or January. But at the moment, we're in spooky season. So right now, everything is terrifying. There are ghosts everywhere.
I just pumpkined the podcast, didn't I? I pumpkined it.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
You're fine. Like I said, this is a casual conversation. Yeah. Nate, how about you? Have you been doing the last few weeks have been very heavily in home renovation?
Yeah, not my home, but I lost you guys again.
Oh no, we got you. We were just
yeah, you're good.
Now you're back.
Yeah.
Now you're back. Yeah, it's kind of stuttering. Anyway, where were we? What was the question?
How were renovation?
Home renovation. Somebody else's house. Yeah. They're actually on hold right now.
Really?
Yeah, awaiting further funds.
Understood.
And making some final decisions on a handful of things. But I did take the time, since I had the motivation or the momentum going, started parking the car out on the street since it's been cooler out, and put all the gym equipment that's been under the bed and under the couch and tucked into all the closets, and set up a little makeshift gym out in the garage.
Just a second. Today is heading off to a musical audition for a local theater. Wonderful. And I wanted to make sure and said break a leg before she left.
Absolutely.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Because there's no end. There's no end. It's always the hunt. It's always the hustle. It's always trying to find the something. And that is an entertainment career, especially in 2025. Good grief.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been slow and getting slower.
Yeah. And every once in a while, there are these nice little bumps of activity, and then they go away as fast as they show up. It's so rough.
It reminded me that I need to deposit an $11.42 residual check.
You got to just get that on the direct deposit. It saves so much time.
I know.
Uh,
But then sometimes you can get this stuff, but if you still have it for less than $1, then you could, like, I got one behind me. You can take it over to Residuals Tavern
Yeah.
in Studio City and then get a free beer or
Yep.
well drink. We're not sponsored by them, by the way. There's no I'm getting no kickbacks
But honest
by
to God,
mentioning their name.
every actor
But it's a
knows,
thing.
and it is a thing you should always do. I think I've still got a Saved by the Bell check on the back wall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, do you?
yeah, yeah.
Nice.
It was like 3 cents, and I was like, "There's no way." There's no way. Yeah, but now that I'm signed up
the
for direct
postage
deposit,
costs more than the check itself.
I get all that change.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just go.
It scared me because it says it's in the beta testing phase still,
I'll tell you, it works.
but it works.
Yeah,
All right.
100% works.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've been doing it for years. It's great.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it
Great.
has definitely come in a clutch. Hey, and we've got Sabrina residuals coming to us right now.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Why is
Been
that?
hovering over that.
I mean,
Just,
I know why.
It just comes in certain cycles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like,
It just comes in certain cycles, and
Gotcha.
you know,
Tis the season.
yeah,
Great.
like
Yeah.
every 13 weeks you get a drop.
oh, that's nice.
Yeah. It's like
Better than a kick in the pants.
much better, much better. Although the age on those checks is starting to show, like the amount of time between when they aired and stuff. And it's kind of crazy when you break down how much money we actually make per episode. The streaming VOD or cable VOD or pay TV VOD, that is still so much higher than everything else that's broken down out of that. Like a rental's still pretty good, but like it's called pay TV slash VOD, and that's video on demand. That's for the people. That's not for you too. That one is like the key component. That is the primary driver, and that's how you can tell that television with advertising is still a massive moneymaker, even as it's declining like the Titanic going under the water.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just wild.
And the foreign residuals.
Oh, foreign residuals are real good too.
Those are the good ones.
Those are real
Yeah.
good. Those they still mail, even when you're signed up for direct
Oh, really?
deposit.
Oh, okay.
Because you get the pig. For those who don't know and aren't following Sarah
Well-
Pleben on Instagram or TikTok, and I don't think I said her last name right, but that doesn't matter. Joke is done. You get foreign residuals with a pink breakdown of what they're for. And so whenever that envelope comes, if you were getting envelopes for both domestic and foreign, you could tell that it's a domestic with a white paper in the window, and you could tell it's foreign with a pink one in the middle. I bought Renee's engagement ring with a foreign residual for Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen's Winning London. It was I made more money on Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen's Winning London than I did on Pearl Harbor after residuals and everything. It was it. I have never seen a. That's not true. I have never seen a check that big on a movie that size before. It was insane. It was insane. Yeah.
What year was that? The
That-
residual check, rather.
2009.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. It was wild. And of course, they're not like that anymore. But that first one, first foreign check, I understand why they're billionaires now. Because if I'm seeing that much money, holy
Right.
crap. Holy crap. They must have been moving DVDs and VHS like crazy.
Oh yeah, they had their own clothing line too, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
you know,
They
little
were a
plastic-
lifestyle brand.
Yeah, makeup stuff at Walmart and things,
Yeah.
or Kmart. I forget which one. One of those.
Yeah, big box store.
Is Kmart still alive?
No,
Yeah.
no.
was a big
the
one
brand
growing up.
got sold, but the stores are all shut down.
Hmm.
Yeah, just like Toys R Us, the brand got sold, and so occasionally you'll see a Toys R Us pop up, but the actual functional stores don't exist anymore.
Right. Like Discovery Zone. They
Yeah.
got all bought by like Chuck E. Cheese, I want to say.
Mhm.
Something like
Yeah.
I'm surprised Chuck E. Cheese is alive.
Chuck E. Cheese is a dominating factor in children's entertainment. It's wild. Yeah. Do you remember you also grew up in the Midwest, and you're actually a Midwest, you're an East Coast kid.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm East Coast. I'm Maryland.
Yeah.
I'm from Maryland.
But
I lived in Chicago for 4 years after college, though.
Yeah, but
That's
that
my
would have been after college. That wouldn't.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Showbiz Pizza would have been nothing for you.
No, but I had but Showbiz Pizza
Showbiz
dotted the
Pizza.
East Coast.
Yeah.
At least like we used to go to one in Pennsylvania. Although actually, but it was Showbiz, but just some of those locations were rebranded as Kids Biz, but the characters and the songs were all the same.
I am fascinated by the breakdown of how that fight went between Showbiz Pizza and Chuck E. Cheese, because the people behind it were all the same people that just got in a fight and then split off into the two types.
Yeah, right.
And then, yeah, and the Showbiz Pizza guy just got started first.
I think we need this documentary.
It exists.
Does it really?
It's a thing that's out there already.
I am going to watch it. All right.
Yeah, and it's a fascinating story. And Showbiz Pizza for a while was really chugging along. And frankly, I am a bigger fan of the music and the Showbiz Pizza experience because it had like the showroom, and the showroom was where all the tables were and everything. And then
it was like a theater.
Yeah.
It was cabaret seating where you could like your pizza that was all polka dots under the crust.
Right. Yes.
I remember that. It had all the polka dots under the dough.
And then
that's for the microwave.
Cheese, oh, right, exactly. Well, the industrial spin oven. Yeah.
Right. I can't believe that it's so funny that there was like a war between like two factions of animatronic rat casinos for kids. Like, I just can't believe that there was this divide here.
Well, with Showbiz, the gorilla was the headliner, right?
Yeah.
He's a bear.
There was a mouse.
I thought the bear was off in the corner.
Was he in the corner?
Bear was in the corner, and then they had a mouse.
The gorilla was playing the keys.
He was playing the keys. There was a girl mouse singer.
A girl mouse singer.
But what always got me about Showbiz Pizza was that on the wall they had animal like trophies, and then underneath they had their like paws or claws or whatever, and then at the end of songs the paws would clap to trigger the applause.
Oh, man.
And so it was like this somebody hunted and killed these animals, mounted them on the wall, and left their paws so they could clap. And it's dystopian and terrifying as an adult. But as a kid, I was like, that's it, man.
Yep.
That's quality. That's quality showmanship right there.
Yep. I was one of the kids right up at the front of the stage dancing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because they had a dance floor at Showbiz. Yep. There was no dance floor at Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese was all arcade games.
And then they had the stage, and you'd get your Chuck E. Cheese and Mr. Munch. Mr. Munch is my favorite Chuck E. Cheese character.
That's the purple thing, right?
Yeah, purple thing.
Wow. I remember. Wow. It reminded me of the Grimace. But I remember in Chuck E. Cheese they used to have all the pop culture like movie parodies. I remember there was Bat Munch. It was like the Michael Keaton Batman, but with Munch.
A lot of the girls that I went to high school with worked at the Chuck E. Cheese in Placentia, and I got a Bat Munch poster, and I changed it. I don't but I did change Bat Munch into Butt Munch.
Butt Munch, of course, obviously,
because
we were all clever, very clever.
Height of comedy. Height of comedy. Yes. And that's why 14-year-old boys shouldn't be allowed to do things. Good times. So what we really brought Paul here to talk about.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you staring this thing?
I'm trying. But it's a big boat. It takes a while to move it around.
Yeah.
I finally got you guys back. It was stuttering for a while, and for the last minute or so it's been clean, and so if I look like more of an idiot than usual, it's because I don't know what's going on, literally. I can't
It's the true draw of the show, I think.
When I see one of you laughing, I just laugh along, and that's yeah. Now I've showed you how this sausage is made.
Speaking of how the sausage
I
is made,
think it cut out again. I don't hear laughter. Oh, now it's working.
We're waiting for that.
We're waiting for the bit. Waiting for the bit.
The secondary punchline.
So part of what we wanted to talk about is that we're all creatives and trying to actively get things made or done in a post-strike, post-AI, post-studio collapse, like in a world where entertainment is changing faster than it ever has before. And it's one thing for major directors or major celebrities to be able to be like, well, I can just turn this around. If I got to do it myself, I'll do it myself. But we are not the people of means who can just snap our fingers and make something happen.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, talking about the strain and drain and what it means to be a working from zero creative. And I mean, part of this is just so we can get it out in the world. Because Paul, I mean, we've been doing, not as much lately, but basically weekly phone calls trying to be like, hey, this is what's up. This is what we're trying to do. Because we've got a few different things.
And also the reason we're not like talking as much is because I'm actually like working more.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, which is a good thing.
Well, and that's the wild thing, right? Like there's always survival jobs mean such a different thing now than they used to even 3 years ago. Because after a certain amount, Paul can be seen on quite a few different television programs. He can be streamed on a very regular basis. One of the funniest things that I've really enjoyed you in was the other two.
Yeah,
Your episode of the other two. You were really funny in that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's funny on that. Yeah, so I did was it season 3, episode 6? It was the one who like I was I was like I did in the script it's laid out as 4 scenes. One of those scenes is just a quick ADR when we're like shooting into space, but it's still a whole scene. What I did recently with that? Actually, Hannah, my wife, the aforementioned Hannah, and we were so curious. I was like, I want to see how the dub actors did dubbing me, doing an impression, whatever they were doing, like doing a performance based off my performance. And I gotta say, the Portuguese and Spanish language actors, like they did awesome. Like
they nail it.
Cool.
They really do nail it.
That's cool.
They nail it. Yeah.
My favorite for Gordy on Sabrina is the German performer.
Oh, cool.
Which is why I actually credit the German dubber for why Gordy was so popular in Germany.
Oh yeah?
Because there was a while there where Germany was hot for Gordy. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Germany was what? I just saw Germany was, and then you did something like this. And it was very choppy.
We were talking about the Sabrina dubbers.
Oh, okay. Well, no, that part I have, but what did you never
I said the German
I'll just
dubber.
Smile and nod.
Yeah, it was the German dubber for Gordy was just really good.
Gotcha.
He's just really good. Actually, the whole show from Nate's stutter standpoint.
I wish you could see what I see. Because you'll get going, you'll get a little meaty, and then
that's a bummer.
Right.
Because you're coming in real clean for me.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you haven't stuttered
at all for us.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Things just work out so weird.
My luck.
Nate.
Yeah. That's what I get.
Love that plant though next to you, Nate. There's a plant next to you on your left.
This right
Yeah,
here.
I liked it.
Oh yeah, that's
Like it.
I think that's a Monstera or somewhere near.
You'd know better than me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
thought it was very aesthetically pleasing.
that's the only one in this room, but we loaded the living room up. It's just all plants now. A lot of Monsteras, some hanging climbing. Oh, there's one up in this corner up here.
Is that keeping the air clean? Are you feeling pretty
Well, we
air
also have,
maintained?
I don't know if you could see, there's the air cleaner right there.
Oh
There's
yeah.
Tanya's air purifier. And it still struggles.
It's
It's still
Well, I think you
once in a
using.
while it
Oh,
just
wait, hold
says
on.
it
I
might be
think
a
it's because
carbon monoxide leak. I don't know. It's always
you're like
around
using it.
hovering around 10%
It's like
air
you're
quality.
using it as a coaster.
Yeah, oh,
it
not
looks like it.
usually.
Okay,
Not
that's what I'm
usually.
saying. Like, I mean,
Just right now. I don't think it's on. No, it's not on. Whew.
okay.
That's how I purify my water.
Anyway, we're talking about how it's not like people can't see you on television, but
Sure.
but survival jobs are a thing, and you and I are both well, I guess I'm previous, but like theme park performing is a primary driver for that, whole eating and rent thing.
Sure.
Yeah, and although I think you're doing far better than I ever was at Disneyland.
Just
That was, yeah,
you were at Disneyland, yeah,
yeah,
many years ago. Yeah.
yeah.
It's all piecemeal. It's all piecemeal, but like but even like recently, like my wife and I, we just got booked on a just like some we go through like some of these like entertainment companies and like do some side performing gigs, and we're gonna do like a Halloween, not on Halloween, but like the week before Halloween, like party or something like that, or some I don't know, one of these like massive like gigs that they decided, hey, let's budget out money for a show and let's hire some actors. So it's like, yeah, like, and I think to your point, to what you're saying is acting, well, excuse me, let's not limit it to acting, performing, entertainment, careers in the arts, take a lot of forms,
Mm.
and it's not, when I go back and I describe, career actors that I know to my parents, who were still in a small town in Maryland, or to like other people, other, peers who never left the small town in Maryland. It's like their idea of the entertainment industry is it's either your Tom Cruise level or you're an abject failure.
Right.
Or like nothing.
Yeah.
How could you be making a living at it if you're not like making tens of millions of dollars? Like, well, somehow people do.
Yeah.
Most.
Most, in fact,
It's
yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's such a I remember when the SAG website first became like a real viable thing. This was 20 years ago. And and it had an FAQ about like how to become an actor, how to become a member of the da, 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 da. And it had this area where it was like, if you're going to be a professional actor, you should be prepared to get your money from a variety of different sources. And it was like commercials, voiceover, maybe.
Prostitution.
Well, and that was it. Like as I was reading that, I
Kind
was
of the
like,
umbrella, though.
if I'm doing a voiceover and I'm doing commercials and I'm doing fine. That's like the dream right there. Yeah.
Like what you just listed were all acting jobs.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's not
As opposed to character host at a theme park or waiter or bartender
prostitution.
or prostitution. Yes. Yes.
Christmas
Although
tree yards come December,
Uh-huh.
like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
holiday working.
yeah, seasonal work.
Seasonal work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was like I know that I felt like I had really like both hamstringed myself and like reached a new echelon when I started doing consulting. Like, oh no, have I dedicated too much time to this? And then I've got to worry about if I've got to book out or anything so that I can go do like my actual career.
Mhm.
And it's always that wave of how much responsibility do I really want at the thing that pays me every 2 weeks? Because I really want to be over here working for like a week at a time on a set, and then won't work again for like 6 months.
Right, right.
Right.
Yeah. It's always so tough to measure that.
Yeah. It's even before the strikes that as far as I could know. I mean, you guys, that's the thing. You guys have entered um the professional acting sphere, the industry. I should say the industry of acting, like many years before I did. But it's like even I could understand. It's like it's mercurial
Mm.
and it's amorphous, and it's like all those cliches and tropes. Those like sort of like you know buck up kid, like it gets better kind of like posts you see on like threads and Twitter and stuff. Um, broadly speaking are true. It's like no career path looks different. It's not like you start in the mailroom, then you get into the office, then you become an executive, then you become no. It's not. It's just not like that. It's not like that. It's
No,
It's more like buying lottery tickets. Or
100%.
professional gambler.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Because there's no guarantee that it's ever going to happen.
Right.
And just because you hit once doesn't mean you'll ever hit again.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know? Like, yeah. My biggest hope was to be on a genre show, like a horror show or a sci-fi show or something for like 10 years and then run the con circuit. But you don't even get to do that anymore. Like you still can. But like having a show that lasts for 10 years anymore, oh, that's almost impossible to do now.
Yeah, they kill them pretty quick.
They really do. You're lucky if you get 4.
You know what's funny too, like, and I'll tell you, like, this is a conversation I had recently with some friends. I was asking a friend, like, some people, have you ever noticed like a certain world perspective of yourself shift from between where you are now and where you were 10, 15, 20 years ago? And one of the ones for me that I felt my perspective shift was, I remember when I was a kid, and I still know a lot of people like this. And I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm just saying, like, I used to feel like very much about like the much more about the, how do I say this? Like, if a show went long,
Mm.
like a TV show, like and sometimes fandoms will talk, or like the audience will talk, like, oh, show X should have ended at season 5, or it should have ended at season 3, or whatever, like for the quote unquote the purity of the show, of the art, or whatever. I used to feel like myself, like, yeah, like this show maybe would have been better at this point, or like ended early, ended at this season, or whatever. Now my perspective has shifted. Now that I've been on like many a set, and I have many friends who've been on set and who are like looking for work and hungry for work, or have just been doing this for decades. Honestly, I root for every single show to go forever, go on forever, because I remember like the big one I'll use for example, like Supernatural gets that conversation. Like there's still people who are like, man, 5 whatever, season 5, everyone has their own like 2 cents about
The
everything.
first 5 seasons of that television show
fantastic.
are perfect.
My sister and I went to a Supernatural convention, met the actor. They're all so sweet and so cool. Everyone involved in that show is so awesome. But like, it's like, and then that show went, I don't know, 20 seasons or something like that. And I'm like, good for you. Like all those credits, because I am the guy now. Now, in another perspective shift, now I do just let the credits run, because I'm like, good for you, everybody. Kudos.
Yeah.
Kudos. Like, get all these people got to eat for at least maybe like a month,
right.
But like that's a major shift in my perspective. I'm like, no, I don't care. Be the best TV show, the worst TV show, I don't care. I hope 6 seasons and a movie for you guys.
Totally.
Every single one.
I 100% agree. And at the same time, I'm also a really big, in the line of perspective shifts. I grew up a collector and completist of like comic books and things like that, but that also went for movies, series, and things like that. So I would force myself to watch things even if I didn't like them for the sake of absorbing the information. I don't know where that puts me on the on like the mental health scale.
Do you find things that you love to hate, or is it more about just seeing everything through?
It used to be more about seeing everything through.
Okay.
But now as I've gotten older, I have shifted to a point where now I really just take in the stuff I like, and I don't worry about the stuff I don't. And a very specific on the nose example of this is I am a huge advocate for The Last Jedi. I'm a huge advocate
yeah,
for
that's
that
my
movie.
favorite of that trilogy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I love what he did, what Ryan what's his last name? Ryan Johnson did with that. I love the democratization of the Force. I love the fact that the conversation was about, from the first movie to the second movie, the mistakes that people made over again, how the instupefaction of fascism became immediate. We just did it bigger and dumber, and then that came true, and then and the fact that they played down the archetypes that usually get so much worship. Like, I love the fact that reasonable, level-headed people were in charge of the retreat, and they were like, "Don't blow up all the ships. Like, I need you to come back to the ship so that we can leave. Right now, you are doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for the people. Nobody, like, put it back in your pants, buddy. Just fly back to the ship. We gotta go. We gotta go." And so I didn't see the last one because I didn't care. I got what I needed out of The Last Jedi, and I didn't need to see the panic, like, script fix that became episode 9. But I also read the original script that they were going to go with before J.J. Abrams came back into the picture, and that was a real good script. That was a real good script. That is worth looking up and finding. So yeah. But yeah, so now it's like, I'll take what I like and I'll get rid of what I don't. It's great. I can ignore that entire season of Supernatural where we had the leech things. That yeah.
Not sure I got that.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch Supernatural.
Oh,
I should watch
okay.
it. Sounding like I should watch it.
It's a really good show.
I used to know Jensen. He worked across the alley from us when we were doing the first season of Sabrina. He worked across the alley from us on Mr. Rhodes.
Oh my God, that's right.
I watched that show.
And really,
Yeah.
Tom Rhodes? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I watched that show.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember Jensen being on that?
I don't.
I think he was in all of them.
Yeah, well, I don't remember his character either, but I remember him on Dark Angel, the Jessica Alba show.
Jessica Alba. Thank you.
Yep.
I was thinking, I was like, wait, was that Jennifer Garner? No, that was Alias.
He may have done a soap as well, if I remember correctly. I think he did a soap right before. Yeah.
But
so when there was somebody that, I mean, if it was a movie, I would have watched him. But in a series, I think it threw me out when my friends were in stuff, and it was sort of more difficult to stick with an entire series.
My experience meeting them, I met them with my sister in like 2014. We went to a Supernatural convention in Vegas, and I remember meeting them and thinking like, well, these guys are alarmingly handsome. like the kind where it's like, you already look.
He definitely fits the part for sure.
Yeah, like you guys already are like multiple Adonis, plural of Adonis.
Adonai, yeah. Go with Adonai. I love it.
You are both Adonai on camera, but it's like, now that I see you, oh my God, the cameras don't even do it justice. Right? You guys are good looking.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah, it was funny. Back then we would, their trailers were a particular guy, Sean's trailer was closer to the soundstage door, ours, than my trailer was. So I spent a lot of time with them. And when Jensen came into the trail, you know, it was all these kids just hanging out. And whenever he came into the room, you know, all the girls got quiet and shy.
Good looking dude. Charismatic.
And he was very, you know, like quiet and shy. And it's funny. Yeah, he's definitely that guy. Like the
cool.
Good stuff.
Adonai, one of the Adonai alumni.
Important to know if you do decide to watch the show is that the first season follows a very strong Monster of the Week breakdown. Yep.
Cool.
And then it really gets story driven starting in season 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were
so stick with it.
But it's still a very enjoyable first season.
Okay.
It's just it's you're gonna be like, why is everybody preaching about it's the X-Files? Like it's the X-Files with guns and cool cars. But then by second season,
I already like it. I'm already sold.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. It's a pretty great show.
You drive a 67 Chevy Impala?
Yeah.
Like a black Chevy Impala. Oh, yeah,
it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. I don't even like cars that much, but it's a good car.
Oh, I know. I'm not a car guy. I'm not a car guy, but I'd be like, well, if I had like
I'm like a 8 out of 10 car guy. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like at an 8, I think.
You're gonna appreciate this muscle car, I tell you right now.
I do like a good Impala.
Yeah.
I'm a Mario Kart. I like Mario Kart.
Do you get to trick those out?
You can, you can.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
In Mario Kart 8, and I think in the current Mario Kart, you can customize the body, like the chassis, and then the wheels, and then your whatever parachute device you want to help you glide.
Very nice.
And they all lend to your stats, so they're all important. They all raise and lower stats.
I don't have any sort of system. I haven't played a video game in a very long time. Just dumb games on my phone, you know, like
on a console or a PC. What was the last game you played?
Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, that's a good one.
It may have been the second one. Okay. It was the one where you could get them to turn into zombies.
Oh, that was the first one.
That was the first one. Okay.
They had Undead Nightmare, the DLC.
Yeah, I was couch surfing, and I was at my friend Chris Anderson. S-O-N, not E-N.
Well, screw him.
And I got hooked on this thing. You know, I thought I was playing for 2 hours. You know, I'd start playing at like 7 o'clock. Or no, that's not true. They were going to bed 10 o'clock at night. I'd say, I'll play for an hour. You know, and a couple hours later, the sun's coming up. You know? Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
And that happened 3 nights in a row. I was like, I got to put this down. I can't. I'm not the kind of guy who can do this safely.
The Red Dead games were definitely those kind of games for me too. I remember specifically doing that also with Skyrim. Just like, I have to get up at 8 o'clock for work. It's midnight. I'll stay up for another hour. And then it's like, oh, the sun's coming up at that exact moment. And then both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom were absolutely like that. It's so easy to just say one more shrine. But then like you're getting to the shrine and stuff happens along the way. It's not just point A, point B. It's many staggering moments between the 2 points
and I think that's what does it. I think once you hit a milestone with, you know, these little guys sort of disappear time. And so you hit this milestone and think, yeah, that's been an hour. No, each one of these was an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Too dangerous for me.
At the vaudeville show that Hannah did, when Breath of the Wild first came out, we had people bring it backstage, and like I had to kick a few people to be like, "Hey, your queue's coming up, buddy. You gotta go." Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah, because it was
that one?
The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Okay,
and it's got a really expansive world that you can just explore. Like the game is one thing, but a lot of people play it just because it's fun to run around in and just kind of just be in.
Well, that's what I found myself doing with
Red Dead Redemption.
With that, but more so with Grand Theft Auto.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, that's
and
deal.
I was just like seeing where I could jump up and hold fort and just shoot everybody, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that would I just blow through hours with that. Yeah, that's 2 games I did that with, where I was just killing time so fast that I just decided, no, I can't. I would I would ruin my life if I bought one of those systems.
We share this, but you don't, Paul. You don't. You actually like to competitively play fighting games. Yeah,
I used to. I did tournaments for. I spent serious devotion to Ultra Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5. And then I've played tournaments for like Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Dragon Ball Fighters, Mortal Kombat 11.
But see, these are all fighting games.
They're all
the rounds have a definitive ending.
Yes, because either time runs out or someone can't stand up. Yeah, and like, but to be clear, I'm a 2D fighter guy. I love 3D fighters like Soul Calibur and Tekken. I love to spectate them. In fact, I like playing them, but they never felt so intuitive to me. Things like in Tekken where it's like I have to stand still to block high, like that doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean? Where it's like, Mortal Kombat with a block button, that makes sense. Street Fighter holding away from your opponent, that makes sense to me. But and I did that for a number of years, and but the problem there, excuse me, I should say the realization there. It's not a problem for everybody, but it was a problem for me. The realization there was just like, if you just want to like tread water, like if you just want to like remain competitive and hold your own. I mean, I was spending like 20 hours a week,
Wow.
Like this is like job. It's a part-time job. But then I'm looking at my peers, and I was in a pool of, people, a large pool of community members where some people were crossing over into like professional and like tournament winning level of play. And to do that, I mean, they were putting in the time of a full-time job. And that's just to catch the eye of a sponsor so that hopefully you can make that your job. And I was like, you know what? I can't devote this time. God, I'm not willing to break through that ceiling and conquer that plateau.
That's for kids whose mom pays the rent.
Yeah, I'm gonna bow out. I have a lot of other things I need to be doing, which includes being a partner to another human being.
Right.
But yes, I was a very enthusiastic Zangief main, or Zangief, however you pronounce it. I pronounce it.
If you're going to pronounce it wrong,
I'm going to do it this way.
I pronounce it the way they pronounce it in the game. So
I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Made a lot of friends.
I don't know that I'll be able to spell that out. You wouldn't happen to have any idea?
Did the game?
Yeah, Zangief.
Is there an E in there?
Yeah.
I mean,
the penultimate letter is in E.
Huh. I mean, you could tell me that, and I'm not going to look it up.
I have a hand-done painting of his Street Fighter 2 character select square.
Oh, that's cool.
On above my gaming station there. And down here, my friend gave me this little forwarded piece of art too.
Oh, check that out.
Oh, I just caught it. Yeah, now I recognize this guy, sure.
Yeah, he was in Wreck-It Ralph.
He was in Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they changed his look, didn't they?
No, they didn't. He was straight
Not
up.
really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing that now. All right.
Yeah.
And the reason why he was in it is because this is not even about I don't know the conversation wasn't even about Wreck-It Ralph, but the reason why
We're all
That's
tangents.
how it
I'm
works.
telling you, that's
That's
how
how
we
it
do it.
works.
is
Yep.
I'm sorry, who was oh my
If
gosh,
we
who was-
make it with one subject from start to finish, I think we might as well quit.
That would be a concern.
the reason why Zangief was in Wreck-It Ralph is because forgive me, the writer or the director, one or two or both, it was because Geef, as he is also colloquially known, um, was like that was the one, like the face of like the difficulty of that game, because that game was like in the arcade was difficult against the CPU was so difficult. And so like in making Wreck-It Ralph, I think they were like, well, listen, like as far as I know, yeah, M. Bison is like the big bad and Sagat is like pretty intimidating, but like for me, it's like I could never get past Geef. Like it was like the grabs, they just terrified me. So like that's why I'm gonna have him be basically, well, really, he's the harbinger in this hero's journey. He's the one who sets Ralph off on the journey to
Wreck It.
Did playing games semi-professionally ever get in the way of the work you were trying to do as an actor?
I knew what you were going to say. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. How did that work?
Yeah, it did. Well, I would say the way, excuse me, speaking only for myself, because everyone has their own experiences. Yeah, it did for me because what I was experiencing with it was a substitute, and a pretty damn convincing substitute, for personal growth. It was a great it was a great stand-in illusion for progress, because yeah, like you go, you're in this your clique, your coterie, and you have an objective and you're reaching these objectives, like you're learning as you go, because there's a lot of knowledge, there's a lot of there's a lot of for people who don't play them competitively, there's a lot of math, because there's a lot of like you learn frames, and you learn moves by their frames and what their frame advantages are, what their frame disadvantage is on hit or on block. You learn what moves are, how many startup frames, how many active frames, how many recovery frames, and like you're committed, so that you're committed to learning so much knowledge so that you can grow as this player, and you can be better prepared to take on your next opponent. And some people make whole careers out of it. And it's awesome, and it's incredible, and it's inspiring. Now, what I did was I let it become too much a part of me. And I let it become too much a part of my identity. It became too much part of my ego, and that's on me. That's not the hobby itself. That's not the career itself. That's not even the games. That's just how I interfaced with the games. I allowed it to take up too much of my energy and my focus and my time. And then I reached a point where I hit that realization point, and it was like, you know what? I got to take some eggs out of this basket. I got to redistribute some of these eggs, because I did tournaments in, and Southern California is also like one of the densest concentrations of like the competitive scene, or at least it's decentralized a little bit. Yeah. But like Southern California, like throughout the 90s and the 2000s, like Golfland was like one of the big hubs. But then like when things went online, then like there was Wednesday night fights out in Walnut from like 2009 to like 2020 or something like that. And then but then like NorCal and Texas and New York have like amazing scenes, and now you just have players who are just great all over. The Dominican Republic is like an incredibly strong scene.
No kidding.
Yeah. I mean the current champion, Mena, he's I believe he's from DR, and like I mean just like powerhouse.
And is that Street Fighter champion, or is that
yeah. He's a street currently for Street Fighter 6. but also like was top tier for Street Fighter 5 as well. Some of these players, I mean, yeah, they're from all over now, and now knowledge can be shared. I mean, with the click of a, just hit enter and there it is.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's an amazing thing, And I was doing tournaments out here in NorCal, Chicagoland, so like Combo Breaker in St. Charles, the Fall Classic when that doesn't exist anymore, but I went in there, and that's in Raleigh.
I didn't realize there was so much travel. I thought you were primarily staying in SoCal that whole time.
No, I traveled.
Wow. I mean, that's hardcore. That's not a small thing. That's not a small thing at all.
What kind of money you make winning that? Nothing.
No, because I never won.
But no, I'm saying if you had like,
well, now
what's on the line? What's on the line there?
Well, so now I think the chance. I'm gonna ballpark it because I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head, but I think now the prize pool or the main prize winner at like the Capcom Cup for Street Fighter 6 is like $2 million.
And only one person. It's all or nothing, huh?
Yeah. But then there's like, I mean, top 1 through 8 will all get.
Oh, okay.
But
okay, so.
Yeah, and I can't remember. So forgive me. I might be getting some of this information wrong. That could be the prize pool for the top 8 or the number 1 prize, but I believe that's what it was. I believe it's $1 million or $2 million or something like that.
I can give you exact figures for what is correct.
Yeah, lay it on me.
All right.
I want to see what I'm missing out on by not continuing to play that damn game all night.
Okay. They are not screwing around. These are the top 25 prize pools. And I'm only looking at Street Fighter 6. So these are
which is the current game. Yes, that's the
Capcom Cup is currently at $1.7 million in prize money.
Okay.
And the top winner got 1.4.
There you go.
Of that.
Wow. What does number 8 get?
Nothing.
Let's be honest. I'm not going to make it to number 1.
Nothing.
Nothing for number 8. Okay.
Nothing. No, your top 3.
What's the smallest? Oh, top 3. What does number 3 get?
Here's what the
I'll
top
have to work
players.
A little harder.
Here's what the top players are earning. Top player earned $1,453,174 for Street Fighter 6 in 2023.
Okay.
The second place winner got 1 million and change, and then it drops off dramatically at level 3. So third place got 344K. So did fourth place. It looks like they doubled up.
Yeah, I could make that stretch for a while.
Yeah.
There you
go.
Remember,
you're losing 60%
third best in the world.
Taxes. Yeah.
It's a down payment on something.
Yeah. And then
all you gotta be, Nate, is third best in the world. No biggie.
Oh, that's in the world. Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was just like for whoever showed up.
No,
because the Capcom the Capcom Cup is a qualifier.
Try saying that 3 times fast.
The Combo Breaker in San Francisco has a total prize pool of $14,000. So even if you won number 1 at that, you wouldn't get all of that. You'd get like maybe 7 to 10 grand.
The idea is, because remember, what was the tag of Street Fighter 2?
That's too much work. Sorry, what's that? I'm just
the tag of Street Fighter 2 was Street Fighter 2 : the World Warrior.
Yeah.
You gotta get yourself to these tournaments.
Yeah, no, that's
and that's often why these players, they seek sponsors, or sponsors seek people to sponsor, so that they can go and
break even.
Kind of, sort of.
Get second place and break even.
Right. Right.
I don't think this individual is part of the esports game anymore, but Rick Fox, the former I'm sorry, was he a basketball player?
He was a basketball player. Yes.
Basketball player. Yeah. He had what, Echo Fox. He owned a whole E-League called Echo Fox, and he represented he sponsored
he had 13 players, right?
Something like that. Across different games. Because I believe Sonic Fox, the fighting game Dynamo, Sonic Fox, just a prodigy. just incredibly, prodigious with every fighting game that they touched. Fantastic player, but yeah, I don't know if Rick Fox puts money into that anymore. But yeah.
I mean, I remember in 2018 and 2019, especially, Vegas was trying very hard to be an esports mecca.
Well, because Evo which is short for Evolution, Evo, which evolved from, I mean, since the 90s. I think it started as Battle by the Bay up in like 96, like whatever, in the Bay Area, and then it became Evo sometime after that. For a while took place in Evo and still takes place in Evo, but now the Evo brand was bought by Sony, I believe. And then now it's diversified. So now there's like there's Evo Vegas, and there's Evo Japan, and I believe there's going to be an Evo Paris next year.
Wow.
Like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paris is not the place I would imagine.
Paris, because I know the Red Bull Kumite took place for a few years out in Paris. Pretty neat. Yeah.
So Paul, clearly there is a passion that goes along with like the gaming side of this, and I'll be honest, there are education points here that have gotten hit that I didn't realize before, and that is why the script that you wrote that I'm scared to name because I want to pitch it to other people.
Well, just say there is a script. We won't have to name it just yet.
But it grabs like the childlike enthusiasm that you have for this world that you've kind of put into written form.
I think so. Yeah. There is a part of this script that it's a pilot script, so it would be a series. There is I would say a part of this is about that flame that's sort of risen out of this competitive gaming scene.
But it also follows, like, I think it's safe to say that that the characters are also, and tell me if I'm wrong, but they're coming of age as they're going through this process as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
With very few lessons learned.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the things that I like about the script in general is that I feel like an audience is going to watch these folks going through the processes and then be like, "Oh, come on, man, you're so close to getting the point."
Running,
you almost walked into it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Exactly. Because they're young and their frontal lobes are not developed, and they're obtuse about how things operate. They're even obtuse of their own leanings and why things even excite them in the first place. Yeah. And I'm trying to sort of capture that in part. It is a major through line. This sort of like competitive gaming. It's a major through line for one of the three principal characters. So I would say for at least a third of the series at large. I just threw my glasses. And but I think you got it. Yeah.
Well, and I also feel like the metaphor carries through with the other characters as they are dealing with the repercussions of everything that's happening through the story. And now we're getting to a point where almost we need to pitch the show. But
I'd like to read this.
I'll send it to you, Nate.
We could actually say the title, Analog Frontier, and it follows our characters in the 90s as they're what's the elevator? What's the elevator?
It's set in the backdrop of 1995. Three adolescents rely on each other, their wits, their imaginations, their video games to survive that final excruciating year leading up to what is for them the most prized thing that they could imagine, which is the release of the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
All right. That is a good one.
I mean, for folks that haven't read Paul's work before, it's really strong.
I appreciate that. It's one of the this. It's not. It's the one that I'm most connected to. Connect is the wrong word because I'm connected to all of them, but like it's the one that it comes from a very personal place.
Right.
All of my scripts do, like they're all born because this is how I write.
Sure. We can sit with that, but the reality of it is, I know that there's a heat for this one.
Yeah.
I know I still owe you slides for the pitch deck.
Right.
And part of the reason why I still owe you slides is because I'm really taking my time because I know how important these things
I
are.
appreciate it.
And it's one thing to just slap a couple kids' faces and,
Oh, for sure.
you know, and then like an N64 on the cover and be like, ah! But I think finding the right art, because all the text already exists, finding the right art that says, this is Stranger Things without the monsters. This is, you know what I mean? Like it's kids on bikes with video
which is
games.
a deliberate reduction, but yes, exactly.
Yeah. It for me, it ignites, it reminds me of my growing up too. You know what I mean? And I feel like if nostalgia is already going to get mined, then we should do it from a genuine and authentic place, and not from a neon place, if that makes sense.
You know, the other day in my at work, Adam's Family Values was playing on the break room, and it was the break room TV, and it happened to be the scene where the camp is run amok by Wednesday and Pugsley's faction, where they're doing the play for Thanksgiving, where they're playing the Native Americans and all the rich, beautiful, like, you know, kids of all these rich assholes with plastic surgery. They're playing the European settlers. And then, of course, it goes awry and all this. And a coworker was just watching the TV and said, man, it's like, remember when they made movies where kids just got to like get into mischief and get into shit, and like even be a little like violent. I was like, I wish we could make more stuff like that. And I so badly was like,
Yeah.
something like that. Actually,
that said, what rating is this?
It would be. It has to be. It has to be because it's intrinsic to what I'm trying to tell. TVMA.
Okay. All right. I was wondering.
It's an adult show.
Because I'm only hearing what I'm hearing. I thought it was just a kid's show.
Here's what I want to say. No. Here's what I want to say. I was born in 1985. This whole idea. Do you want to know? I don't think I've ever told you this, Curtis. The moment that the idea that spark, that little big bang for this project happened, it's when I was saying to my therapist, man, millennials are such cucks for the 90s. This is the show for like really like all ages of millennials and maybe elder Gen Z. It's when I started going to this like rant. I remember saying like, it's like, I was saying is like, I remember having such a chip on my shoulder, meeting people who were young, who just knew who Yoshi was. But I remember Mario before Yoshi. And then I said to my therapist, Mario before Yoshi is my Vietnam. It's just a joke. It was just a joke.
Right.
I laughed. She laughed. I was kind of making a bit of it. Like,
You don't need to apologize or justify here. I want those letters. I want those comments.
But with a rational head, I don't believe that.
Sure.
But you know what I mean. But so I was telling her, and then that just started the thing. And she was just like, you always talk about the 90s. You know that? You always talk about the 90s and your experience growing up in the 90s. Have you ever thought about writing something like this? And I was like, maybe. Like, maybe I will. Maybe I will then.
Yeah. It turns out you did. And
I did.
We have a whole
season we have a whole season arced out. And ideas for what it would be after season 1 as well. And we got the miscellany, we have the show Bible, we have the characters, we know who these characters are.
Now, if only there was a studio that was actively purchasing things from people that weren't already on development deals. So if you're a studio head who's looking for a high concept project from a couple of upstarts that are relatively cheap, that's important to remember.
It's fun.
We're ready to go. And we'll take your showrunner. Yeah, you want to assign a showrunner? Sure, we'll do it. First one's free. And here we go.
Yeah.
Y'all, we have done our time. Paul, they know where to find us because we tell them every week and we put it in the doobly-doo. I will also put your stuff in the doobly-doo. But
Yeah.
is there any place you would like people to find you? Is there anything you want to promote or pitch? Are you selling a book?
I'm not selling a book. I was like, you mean am I getting a job in a bookstore? I mean, maybe. That's more likely. That's more likely. Just find me on. You're going to type it in there, but my Instagram. That's where I'm active the most, and that's where I'm most interactive as well.
Nice.
But I should say I rarely post. Like, but,
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
right.
for what it's worth, I feel like barely anybody posts anymore that isn't a bot farm. But that's for another show. Thank you all for joining us. Remember to like, subscribe, share, tell the people. And if you, unless you don't like the show, then I don't care what you do. But we'll see you next time. Have a lovely evening or day or whenever you're listening to this. And I will cut all this later. Good night.
Be midwinter.
Yes.
And midwinter, yeah, that's about right. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching and hanging out with us. Do the likings and the subscribings on the YouTube. Come check us out on Patreon if you'd like to support. That would be great. We've also got merch available. Take it away, Curtis.
We're going to take a look at the merch in the link in the show notes or the description down below. Also, want to give out a big warm shout out to our VIP patron, Lyle at the Halloween Podcast. Thank you very much for your support. And if you would like to follow Nate and I, you can do that on Instagram because it's the only social media we care about.